Today we're talking about why local AI on the Mac just crossed a real threshold. SpaceX just confirmed its $60 billion acquisition of Cursor, but on solo builders' desks, the opposite trend is happening. We'll break down why Apple Silicon's unified memory gives Macs a real edge, how a new runtime called OMLX uses two-tier SSD caching to hit 47 tokens a second, nearly triple LM Studio's, and why a tiny 4 billion parameter model is quietly beating bigger names like Llama and Qwen. Here we go. 2 weeks ago, SpaceX actually confirmed that massive $60 billion acquisition of Cursor.
Yeah, that was a huge move.
Right. The tech giants are just, hoovering up cloud AI at these unprecedented valuations. But right on our desks, there's this quiet rebellion moving in the exact opposite direction.
Completely the opposite direction, yeah. We are seeing solo builders and, small businesses completely reject the cloud.
Right.
They are pushing for purely local, completely private AI, where, your code and data just never leave the machine.
And that is exactly what we're unpacking in this morning's deep dive. We want to strip away all the hype and give you a highly practical guide to running device-native AI directly on a Mac.
Which is, honestly, a wild shift in how we work.
It really is. That desire for total privacy is driving people away from centralized servers. But the only reason this local rebellion is even possible right now is because of a massive shift in Apple's hardware architecture. I mean, why are Macs uniquely suited for this?
Well, it basically boils down to unified memory and zero-copy arrays.
Zero-copy arrays.
Right. So in a traditional PC, your CPU and GPU have entirely separate memory pools, like physically separate.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, and to run an AI model, they have to constantly shuttle massive amounts of data back and forth over a slow bridge. But Apple Silicon changed that by putting the CPU and GPU on the exact same physical memory pool.
So it's like a traditional PC is like a restaurant where the chefs say the GPU is in the kitchen, but the pantry, the RAM, is down the hall in another room.
Yeah, okay.
They waste time running back and forth for ingredients. But Apple Silicon is more like a modern open plan kitchen. Everything the chef needs is just, right within arm's reach.
I really like that analogy. Yes, but imagine that open plan kitchen has incredibly limited counter space.
Ah, right.
That is the catch with Apple Silicon. You have lightning fast access, but a strict limit on how much memory you can actually use at once. AI models are notoriously memory hungry, so you can see the problem.
Yeah, which is why new software tools are suddenly so crucial to bridge that gap, right?
But exactly. The hardware engine is there, but you need the right software appliances to manage that limited counter space. 2 new tools are completely changing the game for solo developers right now.
Okay, what are they?
First is Nativ. It runs multimodal models locally while providing OpenAI-compatible endpoints.
Wait, so you literally just point your existing cloud scripts and automation straight to your local machine?
Yes, exactly. It's that easy. But the real breakthrough is a runner called OMLX. It uses this 2-tier SSD caching system.
How does that work?
Well, it keeps your immediate hot data in RAM, but it freezes cold data, like massive system prompts, directly to your SSD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, reviewers are finding it absolutely crushes older tools like LM Studio. It's hitting like 47 tokens per second, compared to just 16.
Wait, I have to push back here for a second.
Yep.
Doesn't constantly reading and writing massive system prompts to an SSD cause massive slowdowns?
It sounds like it would, yeah.
I mean, eventually you're going to hit a memory limit and it'll just crash.
Well, it is a valid concern. If you max out your memory on a standard consumer machine, you might hit a 400 error code because your context window overflows.
Right, which is super frustrating.
But this is exactly where the OMLX SSD cache saves you, because it freezes your exact context state to the drive. When you hit that limit, it doesn't just blindly truncate your prompt and start guessing.
Or hallucinating, which is usually what happens.
Exactly. It offloads the cold data, keeping your full reasoning context perfectly intact. It literally picks up right where it left off.
Okay, so we have the hardware architecture and this caching software preventing hallucinations.
Yeah.
But what model are we actually putting in this engine? Because a standard Mac Mini is going to melt if you try to run the massive models the tech giants use.
Yeah, definitely do not try that. You need a quantized model.
A quantized model.
Right. That essentially means dropping the mathematical precision of the model, say dropping from 16-bit down to 4-bit.
Oh, okay. So it requires vastly less memory.
Exactly. But without losing its core reasoning capabilities. And based on recent benchmarking, Google's Gemma 3, specifically the 4 billion parameter version, is the undisputed winner right now.
Why that one specifically, though?
Why, its architecture is incredibly dense and really optimized for logic. So even though it's much smaller, it's consistently beating larger models like Llama 3.1 and Qwen 2.5.
Really?
Yeah, especially at solving local coding and reasoning puzzles on the very first try.
That's crazy.
Ugh.
It really is like Formula One racing, you know? Running local AI isn't about trying to cram a massive F1 race car onto a go-kart track.
Definitely not.
It's about driving the highly optimized, tuned-down street version that actually fits in your garage and, well, gets you to work.
And that gets you to work fast, completely cost-free, and most importantly, totally privately.
Right.
Local AI on a Mac is no longer this clunky compromise. It is a highly capable way to tackle your daily tech debt without ever relying on an external server.
Which is exactly what solo creators need. So we'll leave you with this to ponder.
Yeah.
If our standard laptops can now run highly compressed, context-aware AI completely offline,
Yeah.
how long until solo developers are deploying entirely private, localized AI swarms on old Mac Minis in their closets, completely bypassing that $60 billion cloud planet altogether? Keep building in your open plan kitchens. So that's where local AI on the Mac stands right now. Fast, private, and finally practical enough for daily work, thanks to smarter memory handling and small models punching above their weight. Enjoyed this one? Drop a like, comment which local runtime you're trying first, OMLX, LM Studio, or Native, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Until next time.